Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shawcraft One and my old barn door, and we are getting to the final phase of working in our billowing journal, and that is adding all kinds of goodies and trinkets and pretties to keep your eye, coming to the journal and make you want to look through it further. So I'm going to insert a video in just a second. Y'all, let me tell you about this video, okay? It wound up being 37 minutes long. And what I was doing was I was going through this tub of broken jewelry and that I had that I had not got to go through yet. And I did not realize that it had gone for 37 minutes. So I was just trying to share with y'all, and show you the process of going through the jewelry, but it did not mean for it to go for 37 minutes. So what I did was I sped it up and I sped it up again, and it's about 5, maybe 9 minutes long. But anyways, so that kind of explains that video. But it's basically just me going through that tub of jewelry and pulling out all the good trinkets to use in this journal. So I'm going to insert it here, and then we'll come back after this video and we will do our embellishing. Okay. So y'all, I almost put the video into this video with me talking like really, really fast because I thought it was hilarious. But then I thought, no, they didn't want to listen to 10 minutes of that. But it was really, really funny. Okay, so here is our little plate of trinkets, of pretty things that I thought we might could use to juice up our journal. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the journal over, and we're just going to start adding things to it and making it gorgeous. And then we'll do the cover and we'll be finished with it. Yay! I know y'all are probably like, my God, are you ever going to finish this thing? As you can see, it's having an issue closing, like it won't close. So, but that's okay because I'm going to put a closure on it. So, the other billowing journals that I'm making won't be this big. You know, they won't be this thick, so it'll be a little bit easier. But I know Carol, and she's gonna love this, so I'm not even worried about it because she's gonna have a fun time with this. So I have an idea for the cover, and so I know that with the cover it's gonna have some stuff hanging down here. So I'm not gonna put. I don't know if I'm gonna put anything here, but I am gonna put something up here. So I want to find something up there. I'm trying to find something that I can use to hold the book open, but I can't. So I'm just gonna have to hold my or use my hands. So I want to find something pretty to put, you know, kind of in this corner right here. So let's see if we can get a little creative with it. I don't want something huge. Oh, you know what? Just something simple like this. This is a vintage little, okay, I'm going to have to hold my place, or stop holding my place. A little vintage little hair clip. And I just think it would be, you know, just enough in this little area to kind of draw your eye in. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to weave it in and out of these, the little doily holes. I'm going to try and do it without, okay, I'm going to have to turn it upside down because I'm left-handed. And it's not working doing it with my right hand, so. All right. So I'm just going to weave in and out. Just like that. And then I'm going to take like a piece of ribbon or something and just tie it on right here. You know, so that it stays good. So let me see. I have some small pieces of ribbon in here. Let's see if we can find something pretty to put on it. I just want something really, really thin. Let's just use a piece of this cream ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to try and cut this with my right hand. I did it. Unbelievable. I usually can't do anything with my right hand. All right, and then I'm just going to weave this through the hole here. And then I'm going to weave this end through the hole beside it. Maybe. There we go. Okay. We're going to tie a little knot here. I'm going to pull it. I want to make it longer on this end. Well, no, maybe not. Maybe I just need to. Okay, so now I've got that knot tied there. Oh shoot, I tied in that doily in the back. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to tighten that down. And then I'm going to put this strand back through the back side. And basically I'm doing this so that I can make sure that this, you know, holds on and doesn't fall off in shipping or when she's using the journal or anything like that. Now I'm going to weave this one down this way. and I'm trying to weave it over the back piece. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to come over with this one and cross it, and that way it kind of holds it in. Okay, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to come underneath here. And then I'm going to come down through here, like so. And I'm going to come back up with this one. Just basically trying to make sure it's not going anywhere. You know what? Instead of coming back with that one, I think I'm going to come back with this one because it's a little bit longer. And I'm going to come back up through that hole beside it. Okay. Okay. Didn't mean to make this as difficult as it's being. Okay, and then I'm going to weave this through the end of that clip and back down. I think I'm going to go back down through this hole right here. Okay, and then I'll get something to kind of hold that open with. And then I'm just going to tie it in a pretty little bow right here. I don't want to tie it too tight because I don't want to cinch. Actually, I don't think I want a bow. I think I want a knot. And I just want to let that kind of hang up out of the top of the journal. Okay. So now, if we close the journal, then you can see that little piece there. And it makes you want to go into the journal and look and say, what's, what is that? All right, so there's one little vintage piece. Now, I'm thinking, do we need something here on the side? Even if it's just, a little something. Because we have this here at the top, and I'd like for it to hang over, on the front cover. I'm going to wait before I put anything else here. I just want to wait a minute. Okay, so now I want to come to this piece. Because if you, can you see that? If you see here on the back side of this piece, I have this old vintage rusted spring that I've tied on there. Just something to make you think, what is that? And I don't really know what it is, but I think it's cute, and so I'm putting it there. This is pretty. I love, love, love this, and I think I want to put this maybe right here. And so I think the way that I'm going to do this, it has, let me see if I can put something in here to hold it. Oh, you know what? I usually use my stapler. Let's do that. It's got these little, hopefully you can see, it's got these little holes. So I'm just going to stitch it through those little holes and kind of tie it on that way. But I think that's really, really pretty. And y'all, it doesn't have to be jewelry. It can be anything you want it to be. Like, I still have all my little trinkets here, my little rusty bells and rusty washers, which I've already put a couple of the rusty washers on here. But I also have, I just saw these little clips that we rusted. Remember those? So I'm going to use some of this stuff too, along with the pretty trinkets. So we're kind of going to mix and match them. All right, so I've got this little bowl full of string here. These are cut-offs from my binding cord, the waxed cord that I use to bind it. And this is good to use because it's a little bit of a stiff, it's kind of a stiff cord. So I'm just going to weave one through each of these little holes. I can get one separated here. Okay. And this is what I'm going to use to tie it on the other side. Alright, so I'm going to weave this one through. You can use anything you want to in your journals. If you find something that you love and you just really like it, or you really love it, put it in the journal. There are no rules that says you can't put that in there, or that's dumb to put that in there. If it means something to you, or if you just love it, then it's not dumb to put it in there. Alright, so there's one. And then I need another little short piece. Well, it's not super short, but it'll be short enough. And you know what? I'm going to run this one through that center little hole, so it kind of gives it some support in the center of it as well. And that way we know we have a good tight hold on it. Okay, so then I'm just going to turn this over like this, and I'm going to start weaving my cords through. Okay, so like this one I'm going to put through here, and this one I'm going to put through the hole beside it. And that kind of gives you a way to attach things and make sure that they're held on good, even if they're heavy. You know, even if they're heavy, you can stitch them on, you can tie them on, you can glue them on if you want to, but I just didn't. I didn't think the glue would hold good on the doily. So I'm going to tie 3 knots on this one. Okay, and then I'm going to go over to this side, and I'm going to run this one through here, and this one through the one beside it. Okay, and come to the back side of it, pull it tight, and tie it on. And again, I'm going to do 3 knots just because sometimes if you have 2, it can come a little loose. So, but if you do 3, it's pretty much not going anywhere. Okay, so we've got that one and that one. Uh-oh, I've lost one. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and tie this one down. No, I'm not, because then it'll be too tight for me to get this through. Let me put that back through there first, and then we'll tie that one down. Okay, so I'm going to put that one through there, and that one through there, and I'm going to go ahead and come back here and tie it. Maybe I'm going to tie it if I can get my fingers to tie. It's kind of a small piece of cord, so it makes it a little harder to tie it. Okay, got that one. And then with this one, I'm going to go through right here. Maybe. There we go. And then through this way. Okay, so let me pull these tight. Okay, so now our piece is on there very well. It's not going anywhere. It's good and tight. And then we can go back here and snip off. But before I snip off, I'm going to decide if I want something back here. So I'm going to leave those for a minute until I decide. Okay, so I want to see what it looks like. See how pretty that is? And it goes so well with the cover of the journal and the colors in the journal. I like it. Okay, moving on. So then we have this one. It already has something there, but I wanted to put something here, and I think I know what I want to put here, but I need to grab it, so hang on for me. Okay, so here is an idea of some things that are very different. These are pieces that I picked up at the camper last summer. Just some little goodies that I picked up. This was a goose feather, and it's got a little dust on it, but that's okay. This is a goose feather. This is a goose feather too, but a white one. Got some dried leaves, a stick from the lake, and I just wanted to add some of these in here for Carol, just so that she can, you know, if there's a time that she feels like she needs to get away, she can look in this journal and think about going to the lake or the mountains or wherever, just to kind of give her something a little organic. Ooh, this one I know what I'm going to do with that one. I'm going to set it to the side because I'm going to do something else with it, probably in a different journal. But like, these are little pieces of mossy bark. How cool are those? So pretty the way it forms. So just to add a little bit of organic goodness to the journal, like this is a piece of bark from the lake, so I might add a piece of that. So what I was thinking, I was thinking about putting this stick here, but then it's going to take away from the spring. Maybe I'll put the stick here on this one. Again, it's just to have some organic, you know, something organic to make you feel like you can go outside in nature and find something that you don't think is that beautiful. I mean, this is just a stick, but it's got a little bit of the moss on it, different kinds of moss on it. It's got some bark stripped off. You can see kind of the inside of it. It's nothing special, but it just caught my eye and I picked it up. So I'm putting it in the journal. So maybe we can put a feather here. And I love how the feather looks a little tattered. So I think what I'm going to do is sew this on, or I may just tie it on. Oh, you know what would be pretty? It's just to tie it on with a ribbon. And, oh yes. Okay, let me get my stapler here so we can try and hold it open again. I have this, so, oh, no. I have this twine. Won't that be cool to tie it on with? Let's do that. Okay. Because this kind of has an organic feel to it to me. Let me get it untangled. There we go. Okay. So I think I'm just going to kind of twist this together. And I'm going to fold it at the end of it just so I can weave it through. And I'm going to weave through this big hole here, like that. And then I want to tie it in a bow. So I want a pretty good amount, so it'll be a pretty bow. So let me just cut that off there. Then I'm going to take this end, twist it around, fold it so that I can get it through another, and I'm going to give it a couple. I'm just going to weave it through one of these holes like that. Okay. All right, I'm going to tie there. And then I want to come back through. You know what I want to do? I want to tie at the bottom first. Yep, we're going to tie it at the bottom first. And then I'm going to come back through with both ends. So you just have to get creative, you know, you just need to think outside the box and find ways to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish, to get something to stay on the journal or in the journal and make it pretty. Okay, so I think I may weave this through the doily a couple of times, just for added interest and for added security. And then I want to tie a bow right here, so I'm going to crisscross these in the back so it's pretty on the back side too. And I'm going to bring this one through this hole in the doily. And then I'm going to crisscross this one. I gotta sit down. I was trying to stand up so I could make sure you could see what I was doing, but I think you can see okay. Okay, now I'm going to fold that one, crisscross it. Let me just get it in place so I know which hole I need to come through. Okay, I'm going to come through this hole here. There we go. Tie that pretty tight. And then I'm going to make a bow. I don't want my bow to be that big. Let's bring it down a little. There we go. Okay. So let's see what it looks like. Okay, I'm thinking it's gonna need something up at the top just to kind of hold it in place. I was trying not to separate the feathers, but I think I'm gonna have to. Maybe even if I do it kind of towards the middle. So I'm thinking I probably need to sew it with a needle and thread. So let me just grab those two and grab my needle and thread real quick. And I have some embroidery floss here. I'm going to see if I can do it with that. Here's some green. Oops, I didn't mean to bump the camera. See if I can get it through here. I have a can of sparkling water beside me, so I just put a little of that on there to see if... Oh, you know what? Duh, Diane. I have a needle threader here that my sweet friend sent to me. I said on a video one time that I needed some because I always broke mine. Whoops. Let's just use that. Thank you for my needle threaders. I needed them. See how much faster that was, you dork? Okay, so I'm thinking I can look through from the back. All right, I want to kind of get this placed where I want it. So I want to go through right here. And then I'm going to go right back through beside it. Like here. But I kind of want to go through, you know, oh shoot. I want to go through on the other side of that little doily piece so that I have something to tie it to. Okay. Let me, oh, my spring is tangled. Okay. Scoot it over where you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I don't need the needle anymore because now I'm just going to kind of tug it tight and tie my thread. Okay, and I'm just going to leave that string there because what if she wants to tie something on that side? She can use that string. Okay, let's see what we look like. I absolutely love this twine. Somebody sent it to me in a Happy Meal. I'm sorry, I can't remember who right now, but I would love some more of this. If whoever sent it to me, if you could leave it in the comments below and let me know where you got it, I'd love to get some more. Okay, see, I love that because you can just barely see that feather underneath there, and you're thinking, what is that? Is that fabric? And then you get to it and you find out it's not fabric at all. It's a feather. Okay, where are we on our time? All right, well, we're at 27 minutes, and you kind of get the general idea of what I'm trying to do with it. So I don't want to make the video stupid long. So I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to go ahead and finish putting all of my trinkets in, and then I'll come back and we'll work on the covers and the spine, and then we'll be finished with it. So if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for me if you will. And I hope you have a great day. Big hugs.